sometimes when people come into therapy, they're coming in because they see something, not so much that's happening to themselves, although they start thinking that it may be them, like they've attracted this sort of partner. But a lot of the relationship problems happen because people are overburdened with one partner who can't grow up. Whether it's a guy or a girl, they can have Peter Pan syndrome, they can have Wendy syndrome, where they're taking care of everybody, and they find a lot of comfort in that. Either one is not viable for a relationship. So how do you know that this is going on in your relationship? Well, usually it presents in specific ways, and this is some of them. My partner does not know how to take care of themselves, and they depend on me for everything. It's almost as if I'm the mother or the dad, and I have to look after them like a child. Or secondly, my partner struggles to establish a functional long-term plan for their life as an adult, and this usually is seen with the way they handle money. And lastly, we've been dating for so long, but my boyfriend or girlfriend doesn't like to label our relationship. They want it loose. It seems like they have no commitment or ability to commit. When you see these kinds of things in a relationship, the first thing I want to tell you is that's indicative of someone who cannot grow up, who has not fully launched. And the other ways that you'll see this in a partner is they have emotional paralysis, like they dulled emotions or inability to express feelings or inappropriate ways. So they may get angry and smash their fist through a wall, or they may still take their car out and squeal the tires, or they may slam doors, or they may give you the silent treatment. These are all indicative of a partner who is still using childlike methods to get the comfort or to get the satisfaction from what the feeling is trying to display. They may have a slowness in action, being apathetic or procrastinating in tasks, and that's frequently used. It also runs parallel with being passive-aggressive, but it's different because passive-aggressive people, that's the only method they usually use in all areas. When you're just not grown up, you'll see other little things happening that's like, who are you? Like, why can't you grow up? Avoidance of responsibility, that's a big one. A mother-like expectation from their partner. And this can be a mother-like or a dad-like. And it's almost as if you're forced into taking care of them again, as if you were their parent rather than their partner. And a tensed relationship with any father figures. And I made a video about daddy issues. You see this a lot in people who haven't grown up yet, like they haven't fully launched and become their own independent person. So what can you do if you're with this person and you really see potential in the relationship and you don't want to break up? Well, the first thing you can do, you can help them get a grip on adulthood. Quit rescuing them. Kind of praise the effort, if you will. Like if you see them really, like you're talking to them about making a change and you begin seeing the change, praise that. Say, I see the steps you've taken. Like the other day, you went and got gas before the trip we were going to take. And that means a lot to me. Like you're in your mind preparing what we're going to need for this long car trip. Whenever you see someone being able to prepare ahead of time, or they've got to take a final and they're taking steps now to get ready for it, or a project, a work project, they're beginning to break it down and do small pieces every night, praise that effort. That is a really good sign. That's someone who's taking responsibility, who's not procrastinating, and who's going to accept whatever the consequences are of them being in this program. And lastly, don't do any enabling behaviors. It's hard sometimes because there are going to be things like getting your lights turned back on. If they were supposed to pay the bill to keep the lights on and they didn't do it or they forgot, that will be up to you to get them on immediately. However, whenever you do that, understand you're enabling them to continue acting this way. Because basically, enabling is when you keep a net, a safety net under people, metaphorically, when you pull that out and you stop covering for them. Like, a lot of couples I see, one partner will see such blatant failures or inability to grow up, and they'll cover for their partner. They're trying to make nice for their partner so other people will like them. Stop doing that. I mean, if you need to convince other people that your partner is a grown-up, responsible adult, that's a big problem. Take note of that. I think what's most important is when you are with somebody who won't grow up, before you confront them, look at your own behavior. What are you doing? How are you continuing this progression toward them staying a child? And what are you going to do different to make the chain reaction differently for them?